it's a good segue into the Alabama conversation because, as we know, on Selection Day, South Carolina, they wanted in. They lose to Illinois, and Illinois is now a 10-win team, Big Ten. Alabama, they were steadfast that they should have been in, and then they go and get beat by Michigan for a second year in a row. Some of the 6-6 teams that we were being told are better 6-6 teams than everybody else, they're losing in bowl games. And it's you have to, what have we said a lot? Like there's nothing better than people who are confident in their ability, but you got to back it up. And bowl season, I get it. There's opt-outs, just that and the other. But it has in Alabama, just how they've ended the last two seasons, especially in year one of Kalen DeBoer. What's in store for him now?
I believe very, very firmly that Kalen DeBoer is on a scorching hot seat. Now, you can say, what does that mean? I'll tell you what I think it means. It means that he is under a microscope. It was playoff or bust this year, and he went bust. And the only chance to scrape all that away was to win a bowl game against a lousy team, which Michigan was all but really one game this season, and he couldn't do it. And the way they lost, it was just horrifying to watch. And so I mean the goodwill. The goodwill went out the window so quickly for him this year, and he's already making a few changes on his staff. The fans are calling our show. They are just up in arms about the lack of offensive production. Mm-hmm. They're also glad Jalen Milroe's gone, but that's not really the question anymore. He wasn't coming back because he doesn't need to come back. But Kalen DeBoer needs to be very careful because if he doesn't make it to the playoffs next year, the target on his back is going to be immense. And Matt, it's almost impossible to calculate where he will be because it depends on the flow of the schedule. But right now, he is very unpopular. And I'm talking about real fans. I'm not talking about the do-gooders that masquerade. And I was in Alabama 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was last week for Christmas. And I had people stop me on the street saying, like, what's with this guy? I mean, they don't even mention his name. I mean, he's like, what's with this guy in Alabama? It's gotten to be that bad.
Yeah, and when he comes in after what he did with Michael Penix at Washington, and it almost seemed like Jalen Milroe regressed. He had the huge game against Georgia, and then you just never knew which one you were getting every week.
Well, because they really had no offensive philosophy, and I'm sure what Kalen DeBoer is good at did not equate with what Jalen Milroe was good at. But hey, you're the head coach. If you don't think he can be the quarterback, get rid of him. And the thing that bugs people about DeBoer is it's just his attitude. I mean, he talks, like a high school coach at a private academy. He doesn't resonate with the Alabama folks who, you've been there many times, Matt. I mean, they're hardcore, and they know football, and they're used to great football. I mean, they've had the two greatest football coaches in history on that campus.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, and now they go into a season. I just think it's unfathomable to think we expanded the playoff by 8 teams, and Alabama wasn't one of them, and then they go and lose their bowl game to Michigan.